Daniel's storytelling aesthetic is so big and bombastic. He has Transformers doing wrestling moves and stuff like that. Have there been any moments when you've gotten a script from him and been like, dude, how am I supposed to draw this?
Oh, well, no. So even before, so we talked a little bit before I came in and did issue 7, and then I told him, it's like, listen, I know wrestling moves. I've seen them. Like, they're in the book already. Hold my hand, because if you're gonna make me do like some wrestling moves, it's like, please hold my hand through the process. And no, he's been really nice. Even I think there was with the pile driver. I think he just sent me a sketch, and it's like kind of looks like him like this. And I was just went in YouTube and just watched 1,000 videos to make sure that I got it right. So no, he's been really nice when it comes to that.
Does he send you videos?
No, those I look. He sends me this. Listen, he knows how to draw, so he just sends me this is just a sketch, and I was like, can I just this? Can I just
Yeah, Daniel in his scripts will send for specific images. He'll be like, hey, here's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Do what you want.
That's the headline right there. Daniel Warren Johnson. He knows how to draw.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen the script to 18 yet, but he asked me to do his craziest thing.
No, but Ben has told me that it's like, oh, wait until you get that one. Yeah. I've heard what's to come. Yeah. But no, it's been really good, and someone told me earlier during the show, it was like, so you usually just work with writers that know how to draw, and I was like, no, that's just where I felt, and it's intimidating, but it helps that you have someone who understands kind of the visual aspect as well. So it's easy to kind of bounce ideas and talk to them through the process. So it's been really good.
Great. What's your biggest challenge of drawing, Transformers?
Challenge-wise, I don't know. I thought it was going to be just the fact that I was drawing robots for full issues and just interacting and emoting and stuff like that. But it's been actually pretty easy to fall into it. Everyone told me that I was. It's like, oh, you're going to be drawing robots, you're going to hate it. I was like, no, I don't have to think about anatomy. I don't have to think about a deltoid, a bicep, a tricep. It's just box. It's like, I'm good at this. And it's really nice. And I was saying a little bit earlier, it's like Daniel already had the foundation in the first 6 issues that he was already playing enough with the shapes that my style is not as obviously Daniel's style is more extreme than mine, but I knew that door was already open, so I was like, oh, I can twist shapes, I can exaggerate, I can bend, and I knew kind of what that range was going to be. So it's been really fun kind of finding that balance, so it's not just stiff boxes kind of walking around. Yeah.
I really enjoy the expressiveness especially
thank you.
Starscream. There's not the petulance of Starscream. He's just a fun character.
He's just such a good thank you. Appreciate
it. Yeah, you bring emotion to the faces.
Really. Thank you. Yeah.
Shockwave has no.
Well, just kind of just go but no, it's fun. It's fun to figure out kind of what the shape language and the body language has to be to emote when you're just made out of triangles. I like that challenge.
Is it more difficult to draw somebody with the faceplate like Optimus because he constantly wears it?
No, absolutely no. For some reason, the ones that I think have been a little bit of it took me a little bit to kind of get comfortable with were the ones that were more organic. For some reason, because I still have to make them feel these are robots and stuff like that, but they have some organic shapes and curves and stuff like that sometimes the logic is it works in a 3D object, but in my head trying to represent that in 2D is where's this attached to? Kind of. So I remember issue 7 when Cup shows up, and I was like, this guy's insane. He has so many curves and and layers and levels and surfaces that I was trying to track all of that. It was a little bit more complicated than just drawing, just a very straightforward kind of geometrical shape. So
those season 3 characters are no joke, man.
I mean, they are completely different designs.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
abilities,
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah, that makes good sense.
Yeah, with RC and Elga, just because again Elga's helmet is insane, and yeah, it's like it works in the front view, and then the side view is like, okay, so how does this look that it doesn't look just like whoop? And it's like, so it's I don't know, it's fun. I my background is in graphic design, so like working with shapes is always fun. Trying to figure out that it's what I like. Yeah. Sometimes I don't, obviously I don't have access to all of them, but like I look especially when I was starting and I was like doing scenes with transformation, like when they were like in the middle of just like the transformation sequence and stuff like that. I would either see the toys, see kind of like how they move, or like just go back to the show, which the show was like its own kind of magic. So like sometimes it made no like logical sense, but like kind of to get familiar with the motion of the characters as they transform. So like that's when I look at toys to see, oh, what bends, what goes this way, what goes that way, and then try to bring that into. And then sometimes I'm just making it up because it looks fun. it looks cooler some other way. Yeah.
That's what Dan added to the book in the first arc. Was like it looked when they were transforming. It was like you were on like step 17,
Yeah.
25.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, what are the next couple of how am I gonna do this? And like his heads up, his kind of in vehicle, his arms are a little askew, and you're like,
Yep.
And then you realize you did the wrong move. And
yeah, I mean, I got to town and they hand me a transformer. I'm like, I went online to watch videos.
That's what I do with masterpieces. Like, I remember making a joke. Like, I wish I could pay somebody to come and transform this for me because I'm at that age where I can't even see the fingers.
Well, it's gonna be every 5 minutes when the kid wants to go back to the other one.
Yeah.
I would love to see a transformer in a book, like, forget a step.
have you?
Step 5 in my head.
Well, what's your history with Transformers?
Oh, so I started with Beast Wars actually. So like that was like kind of like my introduction to it. Obviously, I had the toys, but like the story itself, it was I think when Beast Wars was coming out, that was when I started getting involved with it, or not involved, but like interested in it. It's like, oh, the dynamics here are like way more complex than just kind of like just your regular like good guy bad guy kind of situation. So that's when I started falling in love with the whole mythos behind Transformers, and since then I kind of went back, and then I did Generation One, and everything that kind of like came after. And yeah, I mean I'm a sucker for iterations, so like I try to I'm not necessarily like want to be married to is like this is the one, and I'm not gonna follow anything else. So like I love just kind of like how this becomes a renewable story, like, and then you can tell it differently, you can tell it with different designs, different approaches, different tones, and I just kind of like fell in love with it after that.
Yeah, Beast Wars was definitely my first go with Transformers 2. I never saw it before then. Thanks for making me feel super old.
I remember watching the original.
No, I'm way too young.
Yeah, I think
Way too young for that.
It is a dividing line. I mean, I remember I was but I never got into Beast Wars. I know some people are like, that's when I kind of left, and that wasn't my thing. And some people like,
What about Beast Machines?
Oh, Beast Machines. So again, the look of it. Again, I'm a visual guy, so like the look of it was really interesting to me, especially coming from Beast Wars. Like, so I was like, it's like the textures are different, and like it was, and I don't know, it was with the progression and also CGI, and then animating that. Yeah,
Sorry, not so much.
but it was interesting to look at. So like again, I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. So.
Visual.
Sean, Robert Kirkman and Daniel Warren Johnson, very envelope-pushing writers. Obviously, these are licensed properties. How much of your job is steering the ship versus holding on for the ride?
well, now we've hired Ben Abernathy, who's the executive editor who oversees everything, so he gets to do the dirty work. So I get to like come in, read scripts, add 2 cents, or talk with Josh or Dan or Robert or stuff. It's a real group effort. Like we're always looking for the best idea. So Josh and Ben will get together and talk about Joe. They mapped out arc, which allows us to go like we can correct along the way, but we have like a Robert came in with an image and was like, I want to work with this. Like, oh, how do we get there?
Yeah.
So you know, it's just collaboration. I think I'm pretty good with story, but it's great to have your voices and ideas.
So Larry Hama says he can't afford to retire. Did he get a title at Kickstarter?
Yeah. He was public about that. I know he made some statements about how it's been treated. And it's you know, I don't know how long it's financial take care of Larry and so much. And we want to work with Larry. Zero was one of my first period with like Snake Eyes. And yeah, I mean the fan base has responded. I think that was more than Arizona Universe. The reaction to 301 and the sales on that, and just you know, the support of Larry, put it in the spotlight. Yeah, make sure he's financially.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. I actually went. I went down to NYU because Larry donated his archives there. So we're doing some research on some potential stuff down the line. It's good just to go through and see his process and just also from his career. So, yeah. Alex Antone manages those books and does
I have to ask because that was a very successful Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when are we going to get the Transform books companion Kickstarter?
I mean, listen, with success, we never, with Kickstarters, we never want to go the same well too frequently. We want to make sure there's new surprises. The Transformers fandom is very different from the American Hero, but yeah, I'd say stay tuned. There's a pretty good chance that that's coming.
Pretty good chance.
Yeah.
And what about the follow-on series, like the stuff that Larry did for IDW?
Yeah, I mean, that's all under discussion. We have another project that we think would work well in the crowdfunding space that we want to tackle. So it's all about, you know, sometimes it takes time to track down the right files or remaster or restore them. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you know, we do about 3 crowdfunding campaigns a year. So I think it's going to be every Hasbro related. Yeah. And the fulfillment of the Real American Hero will be happening in December. They've gotten copies in the office. They look astounding. And I will say on the regular standard version, that's the trade paperback.
Yeah,
you pick it up.
That's
It looks
I was just about
heavy.
to ask that.
It's
That's my
like,
question.
no, yeah. So that newsprint is something you just on the number 1 reprint, so the Transformers 1 reprint, and we love like it's that fucking.
It creates a dissonance in my brain when I pick it up, and I think it's supposed to feel like a phone book.
Yeah.
It feels like it's like packing styrofoam, and I'm like, I can't
I
connect
got-
it in my brain.
I
It's
had a
so
box of
crazy.
6, and I picked it up, and I had no clue those in it. So like,
Right.
Does the Kickstarter thing
it's similar. We had different printers. The trade paperbacks are printed domestically, so we were not able to get that sort of print overseas. But it's pretty comfortable. I think we've all reprint collections from other companies, and I use glossy paper. The colors don't sit right, so from the very beginning, we thought the newsprint would allow the to feel more like the original.
Yeah, amazing.
I know that Taschen has developed this new. It's not like they discovered it, but this paper stock for their big books that they do, and it feels like the newsprint,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Yeah.
Like it's
That's
it's
actually, I was
thicker.
talking with a friend of mine, and he specifically brought the Taschen books. And I was like, I don't have for those, so I'm not familiar with those papers, but I see them through the window.
They're huge books, but
Yeah.
just the paper stock is amazing. How it kind of tricks you into thinking this is newsprint,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's thicker than newsprint.
And those are, I think all those books are scanned, like they're scans of the printed page.
Those are the way they do those are photo scans.
Yeah.
Unlike artist editions with actual scans, the
It's like
original
they
art.
did the Batman year 1 that was
Oh my gosh.
files,
Yeah.
and then they did the one that was like a scan of how it printed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott Doonbeer's like artist edition, beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, that's
It makes up a pro.
I know.
Well, I mean,
But we also, you know, we just started doing artist editions. We
Yeah, it's true.
That's fulfilling
Yeah.
this month.
Yeah.
It looks huge, but it is huge. But it looks awesome.
IDW did it's our distribution S stuff with GI Joe and transferred into more
Potentially, I think I locate the files.
and then also they used also team up with Hasbro and toy comics any chance of that.
I think there's a pretty good chance of that. I mean, we work very closely with Hasbro. We were down there this morning doing a press, their press day with the comics, and yeah, we speak with both their Joe and Transformers teams quarterly, and a lot of that's us sharing what we're doing to make sure they're aware, and vice versa. So you know, a good example. We knew that they were producing a Genesis or figure. He was coming in, so they just had a trip sign. Then I was able to translate that. And that was the first time I did that. That was public, but no one knew what the figure looked like. So, yeah, they're not actually commercials, but they are very talented.
Is Hasbro given any indication that they're going to adapt any stories for the movie, for like the crossover movies?
Oh, that's
Right off their
we focus on comics.
Yeah.
Here's another page.
He might be cycling into the same too.